At Bombas, we make socks, underwear, and T-shirts that feel good and do good. They feel good because they're designed with the softest materials and comfort innovations. They do good because for every item you purchase, we donate another item to someone who needs it. So far, we at Bombas have donated over 100 million items, and your purchases add to that impact. Go to bombas.com/Wondery and use code Wondery for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/Wondery and use code Wondery at checkout.
There's a monster within all of us. Society for Soulless Girls is a sapphic enemies to lovers retelling of Jekyll and Hyde. 10 years ago, 4 students lost their lives in the infamous unsolved North Tower murders at the elite Carvel Academy of the Arts, forcing the school to close its doors. Now Carvel is reopening, and fearless freshman Lottie Fitzwilliam is determined to find out what really happened. But when her beautiful but standoffish roommate Alice Wolfe stumbles upon a sinister soul-splitting ritual in a book hidden in Carvel's library, the North Tower claims another victim. Is there a killer among them? Or worse, within them? The Society for Soulless Girls is available now, wherever books are sold.
Crappens, watch what crappens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that crappens? Watch what crappens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that crappens?
Well, you guys, is that going to be how the show's going to go today? We're going to open up with a fucking sneeze? Seriously? What's wrong with me? Guys, I'm sorry. Normally I would edit that out, but that's part of Crappens on Demand. Yay, video streaming.
That was iconic.
Icon.
Good for you. Get that.
Guys, I don't even have allergies. I don't know what's wrong with me. But you know what? Ben is back today. I'm Ronnie. That's Ben. Hi, Ben. Welcome home.
Hi, Ronnie.
Sweet guy.
I'm back. I'm back at home, literally home, like childhood bedroom style, back from my appendicitis bout in the hospital. But everything's okay. Everything's cool. Appendix is out. And I'm just happy to be back to work, you know? I'm just because you know what? Ronnie, without me, you were just you. But now that we're together, we're a team. And guess what? Teamwork makes the dream work.
Gosh, sure does. Glad to have you back, bitch.
You too.
Glad to have you back after your appendicitis, okay? Or as we called it around the office when you weren't here, the appended don't want to go to workus.
Bloop. Bloop. Hey, thanks for making fun of the fact that I almost died. Okay, that's real considerate. I don't say that every time you nearly steer your ship into an iceberg or a mountain or any sort of water where people will die naturally. Bloop.
I'll be making fun of you long after you're dead. Don't worry about that. I'll be there for you, okay? Loser! Bloop.
Bloop. Well, that's great. Thanks for being there for me long after I'm dead. Did you say the same thing about the 45 people you ran over in the waters with your yacht? Because you're a terrible yacht driver.
Guys, welcome to Below Deck Med. Just want to open the show by thanking the gift gods. I got a gift this week, and Ben's is on his way, I'm sure. Okay. Also, I just want to brag about this with Ben ailing. I know he's not around his home. He's still in New York, so he's not getting his mail. So Ben is just going to get FOMO from this announcement. So that's what I'm here for. I don't want Ben to die of appendicitis. I want him to die of FOMO. Okay?
I'm going to die of FOMO. Like all week, ever since I left, it was like, I got no packages ever no packages. And then the moment I left home, I left to come here to New York a week ago, it's nonstop. Like, guess what? There's a delivery. Guess what? Here's a DHL. Wow, DHL. Hey, here's FedEx. Here's USPS, and here's UPS. We all want to give you things, and it's like nonstop, and I'm so mad.
And I know how much it bothers you, and it just brings me such pleasure. So I just want to start with that. But yeah, thank you to the gorgeous and talented Mr. Daniel Pellegrino. Danny Pellegrino sent his new book, which his old one, his old one. Your old book was good. His original book is really good. This one is called The Jolliest Bunch: Unhinged Holiday Stories by Danny Pellegrino. I just want to also thank you, Danny, not only for the book, but for the quote on the back of the book from Ronnie Karam.
Oh, awesome.
No, there's not one. There's not.
Oh.
So that was a sarcastic thank you, because I didn't give you one. Okay. So is it that you didn't ask or that I didn't give it? I don't know. But
what would your quote have been? What would your quote have been for Danny Pellegrino?
I can't improvise that. Like you have to
I'll
sit
tell you what
down
mine
and
is.
work with a quote.
My quote would be, "Congratulations, suckers. You just bought a book by one of the rudest, nastiest people who works in podcasting. Hope you enjoy the stories about someone who's totally self-involved and an asshole, and everyone on the internet knows it. Danny Pellegrino."
Here's my quote. I have once paid for Pornhub premium, and still I had never seen a bigger asshole until I met Danny Pellegrino. Danny Pellegrino, the most horrible person in the business. Danny Pellegrino is one of the sweetest, most talented, fucking naturally charismatic people.
So lovely.
He's a really good writer. And look, just the story I happen to open up on is called Advent Calendar, which I love me an Advent Calendar story. So bless this guy. Go buy his books. Support this guy.
Yes.
He is worth it.
He's great.
Love you, Danny. Thanks for sending that
love
over
you, Danny.
to us.
Congratulations. It's amazing.
It
Congratulations.
is
That's
amazing.
a huge feat. Huge.
That guy works his balls off.
He does. He does.
All right, let's get to it. Today is Below Deck Mediterranean Day. The episode is Season 8, Episode 5. It's called Max Tension.
Max. Also, this episode could have also been known as Lesser Sun / Not Pandy Tension.
Max Tension, because he's the only person as Sir that actually carries plates around and does the hard work. Am I right?
This episode is also called What's the Opposite of Nepo Baby Tension? Because we give Max
This episode
nothing.
is called Pandy, not Tension.
So, Haley is scolding Max. The episode, we left off with Haley being like, "Max, could you just be like quiet for like a second? I'm like trying to pull in ropes. Could you just like shut up for a second?" And then he's like, "But I have to do the ropes. What am I supposed to do here?"
Well, if you just listen to me and done the controls, then it wouldn't have been such a madhouse, bro.
He's like, oh, So then we go to Toomey inside, who's exhausted. She's just had it out with Natalie. Toomey's trying to like smooth it over, and Natalie's like, well, I'll tell you what I don't want, to be your friend. All right. So you want me to do a toilet? I'll do a toilet. You want me to do a top of the Chrysler building? I'll do the top of the Chrysler building. What I will not do is be friends with you.
So then, and then Jessica. Jessica is someone who's on this show, by the way. For anyone who's wondering, when I say Jessica, there's a cast member named Jessica, and her big contribution is that she pulls out a can of soda and then knocks it over. And she's like, "Oh my God." So
I
now
hope somebody tells me to clean that up, because I really hate being a leader.
Oh, when I was in 9th grade, I was on a cheer squad, and I just hated all those bitches. They always made fun of me when I did the human pyramid, but then it turns out that my human pyramid was just 8 other cans of soda. It was so awkward.
So they are getting the line secured and pulling in, and the captain's like, whoa, Haley, Max, slow down, communicate. And Haley just goes,
Embarrassing.
and she tells us,
Coming from tugs, like, we're just different. And, like, we tie things different on tugs than we do on regular boats. So this is only my second time doing it. You know what I mean? And, like, I don't even know. Like, the situations, one isn't even better than the other. I'd say they're tied.
Okay, people going on to Below Deck, I'm just going to say this going forward. I really don't give a fuck about what sort of vessel you used to work on that wasn't a yacht, because it has no bearing on what's happening now. Because we just sat through an entire season of Adam on Below Deck, or whatever, on Down Under, being like, I just want to buy a house for my mom and my brothers, who are also my kids, because I used to work on cargo ships, and on cargo ships you used to spin the wheel to the left, and now on this one you spin it to the right. I'm like, I don't care. Your job is this. Do your job. Do your job. Huh? Do your job.
right. And also, let's just make things more universal. Like, a rope is a rope. You know what I mean? Let's just, like, tie a rope. Like, whatever happened to just tying a rope? In my day, we could just tie a rope, and that was the end of it. There wasn't a bowling and a schmoling and a
we don't need an Anne Boleyn rope. Here's what we need. We need to not hear about the tugboat. Okay, because you know what? If I wanted to hear about the tugboat, I'd be watching Below Deck Tugboat Edition, which doesn't exist, and there's a reason why. Because no one cares about the tugboat. I care about tugboats in general in life. I think they're the most adorable boats that there are. Like, the cutest, most sweetest boat is a tugboat. But in this case,
but they're
we're here in the
also
world
like
of
the
yachts.
most overhyped. You know what I mean? I feel like tugboats have the best PR because whenever someone thinks of a tugboat, they think of something adorable. It's like, what's that adorable tugboat cartoon? It's like, I'm just a tugboat. It's like so cute. But in real life, tugboats suck. You know, what are they tugging? Nothing good. They're always tugging fucking trash barges or I don't know, something gross.
Tugboats are people who come into your house and do your dishes, even though you're like, it's fine, I've got it. You know, they're like, oh, let me just move this boat for you. Like, no, the boat doesn't have to go anywhere. No, I'm just gonna do it. It's sort of my job. It's fine. I like doing it. I actually enjoy tugging boats. Like, but I didn't ask you to. This boat's supposed to be at the dock.
Yeah, tugboats. They're like, you know what, guys? People are so mean to tugboats. Let's make a cartoon tugboat that everybody falls in love with. Change it around for tugboats, see?
Tugboats are the sidekick of boats. They literally just live to be around bigger boats that they could just sort of like be like, hey, check this out. Want to come over here?
Haley does her tugboat thing, and then Max goes, okay, we have big tension now. And she's like,
You can say that again.
he's like, like long-term employment? I do not get it.
So, the crew's getting into their whites, and Haley's basically telling Lara that Max is horrible, and then she tells Luca, she's like,
Aren't you the bosun? Like, I'm not sure, because on tugs, like, it's really hard to know who the bosun is. And, like, don't like bosuns, don't you deal with, like, people that no one else, like, wants to deal with? Because that's the way it works on tugboats.
So then Natalia and Kyle are changing, getting ready for the guests, and Talia's like, we talked it out, and then it went like this. And basically, here's the ending. I don't want to be your friend.
he's like, Jesus. So now Max is talking to Luca, and Max is like, bro, it's not very good. And like, I think it's like a little bit of like play of ego, game of ego with her. Like, it's a girl, woman thinks she can boss men around. Like, that's not good, bro.
And so now the guests are saying goodbye. That's what they were getting ready for. The guests to say goodbye, not to come on board, to say goodbye. So now the guests say goodbye, and Mecca's like, you guys have an amazing crew, and we travel a lot. Okay, a lot. So we did have some hiccups with the chef, no pun intended. But that was a lot of pasta to serve one poor vegan. Okay, a lot of acid reflux going on there.
But you know what? It was some of the best jerk lobster we ever had. And Toomey, we just want to take you home. And I'm being 100% honest. Toomey was great. In fact, everyone was great. Everyone, Toomey, Kyle, the little girl who doesn't know how to put a soda on its side, all the deckhands. Am I missing anyone here? You just can see Natalia being like, oh, I can't believe she didn't even mention me. I mean, I was basically Chief Stew on this charter.
Yeah, she's like, I need champagne. And she tells us, as usual, the guests never know what's going on behind the scenes. They just see us and they think everyone's great. So the fact that they didn't pick up on the chaos is very good. I'm actually very, very happy about that.
I'm like, are you? I can't tell if she's mad at the guests for not being perceptive or she's praising themselves for being able to still work through the mess professionally.
Yeah, she's pissed.
Yeah, so they're cleaning, and now it's like tip meeting. So Sandy's like, wow, hey everyone. God, it feels like it's 5 charters in. Maybe that's because it's episode 5 of the season and we're only like 2 charters in. Wow. So, God, crazy. Hey, when I first started with all you people, I shared that I had to earn your respect and trust. But what I left out, because here's the twist, is that you have to do it too. You have to earn. I don't know what you have to do. Do you have to earn each other's respect or do you have to earn my respect? I'm going to let you figure that out, okay?
It's a trick question. Okay, now listen. We're all going to make mistakes, but you got to respect the position in the workplace. I want you to all think about that. Respecting positions. Down dog. Anybody? I respect it. It's a good one. Tree pulls.
I salute the down dog. I salute child's pose.
Missionary. That's a position. Doggy
Listen.
style.
Hey, we're all going to make mistakes. It's pretty much guaranteed if you're dealing with Norma. Am I right? Anyone? High five. Who wants to high five me on up high? Anyone? No? Oh, you guys don't work with Norma. Consider yourselves lucky. Anyway, this is a professional setting, and I hired professional people who've never worked on a yacht before. And I expect them to be professional at something they have no idea what they're doing. And that argument that happened, that can never happen again. And to show that, I'm uncrossing my hands, multiple times. Can never happen again. You're safe at first base, but that can never happen again.
Listen, I have gone through a lot of tugboats and cheese shops to find this very yacht-like crew, okay? So just respect the position, please.
So the tip is $26,000 if someone would like to do the Heisman position. Okay, I respect that. Good job. Good job, Luca. So
And then Toomey is like, that tip was so difficult, but that charter was so difficult, but the chop is so worth it. Money does not equal more problems. I'm not Biggie. I'm Toomey.
so now they're all
Just tweak it. We're gonna need to tweak Toomey, guys.
we'll work on that. So now they're all getting dressed for dinner. We see Kyle in the loincloth that Natalia pointed out in laundry. I don't understand this as an undergarment because I feel like this is something that like you're supposed to put on if you are filming a nude scene in a movie.
It is. It is like if you're on stage, and it's like if you're in a high school production of Hair and you're supposed to do the nude scene, but you're in high school, so you can't do it. And so they're like, here, just wear this flesh-toned underwear.
Like it doesn't even look like it provides any benefits that underwear would provide. It's just like a strange, like 350 BC Roman like undergarment that you wear before you step into the baths and you get olive oil poured on your back and scraped off, you know?
I feel like he's nude. I feel like he goes nude and they're like, Kyle, you can't go nude. But do you think?
Yeah, I had that thought too. Like this was his way of sort of being as nude as possible.
Because, Kyle would be just, we've seen people like where they blur out people being nude. It's not like they've never had nudity, but Kyle just like overdoes it,
It's just strange.
Kyle's probably like, it's my fun. Like, oh my God, Kyle, please stop saying Frank with your butt cheeks. Please stop.
It's just strange. There's a whole world of, underwear out there. And this is the option that he chose. He chose like the underwear from antiquity.
Well, it also makes you look like a Ken doll. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to make you look naked, but it just makes you look like you're trying not to offend any parents out there.
Because it's basically like a sack with like two sort of like strings that come out of it, and then you tie it behind your butt. It's an odd choice.
So, Chef Jack is in the mess talking to Laura, and they have a really weird relationship. Last week they were like, I'm a zombie, and then they were like, and this week he's like, now I'm Neo, and she's like, oh! And they start doing like Matrix kicking at each other.
Yeah, it was strange. So then Natalia's talking to Kyle, and she's like, "So, are you gonna go out? Are you gonna call your man tonight?" And he's like, "Well, he packed my whole bag for me." And she goes, "Oh, I said you're gonna go out and call your man." And you're like, "He packed my whole closet." And I was like, "Are you okay? Did he break up with you? Are you gonna go back to Frank? What are you gonna do?" And he's like, "Oh my God, don't even say that, Natalia." So he's gonna start. At some point, he's going to be like, do you know what she said to me? She said my man's going to break up with me. That's what she said to me. Can you believe that bitch?
So he asks about her guy and how old he is. And she's like, 31. He's like, oh, that's a perfect age. You want to go with a 32-year-old compared to 31. You know what I mean? Like, you just did it perfect. He could have been 33. That would have been a nightmare.
So, no, I think he was saying you want to go for a 22-year-old compared to a 31, meaning like, so you're interested in like Luca, who's like 22, like when you have a 31-year-old.
I see. Thank you.
I think that's what he said.
That makes a lot more sense than whatever bullshit was just spewing out of my mouth.
It's okay. So you were distracted by Kyle's loincloth.
It's below deck notes. So there's a lot of stuff. Like I have a note in here. Haley. Bob.
Excuse me.
Like it's below deck. Half the time I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah. So Natalia's like, she's like, I'm so attracted to him, Luca, that is. I mean, he's the fucking hottest thing ever. I mean, Luca's basically the only thing getting me through my days right now. God, I'm starting to think that I might like Luca. Like, it feels like primary school in my head. It makes me feel like I'm cheating in my head. It makes me feel like my brain's a scrambled egg.
You know, the problem with being in an open relationship, it's like so many different people that could leave you before dessert even comes at the same time.
It's like being in an open relationship is like going to a restaurant on Valentine's Day and having your date leave you in the middle of the meal, but then everyone else in the restaurant too.
So then Max comes down and he sees Laura and he's like, "Oh, you look great." She's like, "Why are you shocked that I look like this? Fuck you."
I know. He's like, "Whoa." He actually goes, "No way." It's so condescending. So, and then Natalia's boyfriend texts and says, "Babe, I don't want to be an influence on your night off. Do what you need to do. I just hope that doesn't hurt me. You really do mean the world to me."
Oh, fuck off. Get out of this guy's such a fucking manipulator.
Totally.
And yes, people are allowed to be in open relationships, whatever. It's not a statement of that. But like, if you're going to be the one who says, "I want to be in an open relationship," even though it makes you crippling, like it gives you crippling insecurity, and then you start texting them while they're out going, "I just hope whatever you choose doesn't hurt me." Fuck.
That's bullshit.
Off.
It's bullshit.
Well,
So
you're
everyone-
getting a blowjob from someone else as you type that. Do not tell me I literally do not care right now.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
Watch What Crappens and Winter is Crappening are the funniest recap podcasts. But if you want something more eerie, try the new podcast Ghost Story, about my investigation into a murder-suicide in my own family. Ghosts aren't real. At least that's what I've always believed. Sure, odd things happened in my childhood bedroom, but ultimately, I shrugged it all off. That is, until a couple of years ago when I discovered that every subsequent occupant of that house is convinced they've experienced something inexplicable too, including the most recent inhabitant who says she was visited at night by the ghost of a faceless woman. It just so happens that the alleged ghost haunting my childhood room might just be my wife's great-grandmother, who was murdered in the house next door by 2 gunshots to the face. Ghost Story, a podcast about family secrets, overwhelming coincidence, and the things that come back to haunt us. Follow Ghost Story on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
So everyone heads out. They're in their vans, and Lara's like, "Oh, Luca's not spending cabin with the deck team tonight. He's gonna be spending it with a stewardess, because she's basically saying Luca's gonna be in Natalia's bed, and
She's
Laura's,
like, "No comment. No comment here."
Laura's like, "I know Luca and Natalia have eyes for each other, but if they don't make it work, I'm on deck for Natalia. And Luca won't even give her what I can give her. You know what I mean? I want to pull on her hair and smack her. I'm joking, but not."
So she tells her, "If I say some weird lesbian shit tonight, it's okay, right?" She's like, "All right."
Sounds fun to me.
So then at dinner, they're doing shots, and so Natalia tells Luke, "Okay, I have to look up this person. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm
Yeah,
old,
who is
but
this person? I'm
let's
gonna
look him up
too.
right now." So she tells Luca, "You're very J. Alvarez. You know who that is?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's actually my favorite." So let's look him up. J.
He's a model.
Alvarez. Oh yeah, he's well.
I mean, he's obviously hot. He's a
adorable.
model. But he looks nothing. Luca looks nothing like this person.
Well, I'm wondering. I thought he was going to have a butterfly tattoo or something, because Luca's doing his like pearl necklace. So I was like, oh, I wonder if he's going to be like literal. Like, I'm his fan, so I like pearl necklaces, like Harry Styles. And now this other guy has a butterfly necklace.
Jay Alvarez has 8.5 million followers.
Wow,
This is
we
the part of my
are
life where
old
I'm like,
people.
who are these people? Then I'm like, oh, I can see how Luca looks like Jay Alvarez.
We're like, hey, let's talk about sitcom stars from the 80s some more on this next recap.
Like,
Sure we got some
how many
about
followers does Christy McNichol have? I'm just gonna look.
Yeah, so
9.5
yeah, he's
million.
cute. But I don't think we're even allowed to say that. He's like 10. Okay, so Natalia, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, also, I kind of like butterflies because of his big butterfly chest tattoo. And he tells us, the monarch butterflies, like, bam, right in the middle of the chest. Definitely a hit with ladies. It's my grandma's favorite animal, which is definitely like the less flirty side of it, I guess. Why am I saying that? Why are you saying that? Is a butterfly an animal? Is an insect an animal?
I don't. that's one of those gray areas. I'm sure there's so in the scientific like nomenclature of it all and the classifications and the orders and all that. I'm sure I forget. I feel like animal is like the overall, but I feel like a butterfly is an insect, and I don't feel like insects are animals. I forget. 'Cause the 5 main families are mammals, and mammals, wait. It's like protozoa, amoeba, bacteria, fungus, and animals, I think.
They're insects. So,
yeah, but are
their
insects
alien
animals?
appearance, insects are animals, just like you and me. Okay? And that is from Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory. So,
Oh, I'd love to meet Maud, who works at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory. You know, she wrote that article.
there are some beautiful butterflies. This one looks just like Jay Alvarez, which is so weird. But anyway, it's weird that something less than 10 seconds can cause so much debate in my mind. I was like, wow, who's Jay Alvarez? And are butterflies animals? Don't try. So they order, and Max is like, oh, I will pour your drink. In France, a woman can never pour her own drink. My mother will kill me if I ever don't pour for my sister.
I love when the chauvinist does like the token thing where he thinks he's actually being respectful to women. And this is like what he'll hang every misogynist thing that he does, he'll just use this moment as an example. It's like, no, I love women. I say this as someone who loves a woman. I pour drinks for them. I do not let them pour their own food because women are stupid and fragile and they cannot pour their own drinks for themselves because they cannot be treated that way.
Men pour the wine for the women because women are special creatures and men have to have gentlemanly behavior. Also because women spill. Women cannot literally pour their own wine. Have you seen floors covered in flies?
So they do a toast, and Kyle's like, cheers to Toomey for doing such a great job, honey, which is, again, like part of Kyle's game, kissing up to Toomey, etc. And that's like, cheers, girl, like very angry. And then they're all drinking, and they're getting wasted, and Jessica's getting really wasted, and no one talks to Jessica. I feel like no one on this cast realizes Jessica's there.
Yeah. So they're talking about, wow, that was such a high tip. You really can never tell when the guests are like not completely complimentary the whole time. You know, they're like, I wasn't sure if we were going to get a big tip or whatever. And to me, it's like, yeah, like, you know, you can be shocked if you get a big tip, but then you can also be shocked if you get a small tip. I was like, wow.
And then Talia's like, I couldn't even. So many different ways to be shocked. Point. And Natalia's like, I couldn't even tell what she was thinking. Like, I was like, are you even happy? And Toomey's like, oh, she was happy. She was fine. And Natalia's like, but what do you eat on charter? Like, do you even eat? Like, Toomey, how do you eat food on a charter? And she's like, oh, I just usually make a little plate and I sort of eat as I'm going through the day. That's me. That's the exact same thing. So suddenly Toomey and Natalia are talking to each other like normal people. And Kyle's watching.
Making an effort here, which is interesting because Talia has just come off of her, we will not be friends. And so now she's suddenly like being nice and going out of her way, being like, yeah, you know what, Toomey? I'll never see you sit down, which from Natalia is huge. I mean, for Natalia to compliment how hard someone else works is a big deal.
Yeah. And the one who's most scandalized by this is Kyle. He's like, hold on. Did Natalia and Toomey just start to get along? I'm traumatized.
Yeah.
He is not going to like that. He is going to destroy that very soon.
Oh, yeah. So they leave, and Kyle's just yelling gay pride in the street. So then they go to a club, and Jack kicks up his heels, and Haley goes,
wow, you've got really good dance moves.
Bop!
Sorry.
He's, I'm like Michael Jackson reincarnated. Wacko Jacko. That's what they call me. They say I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. I'm bad, right?
So now they go do some shots and they start heading back home. And Toomey's talking about, they're asking each other, all the service stews are hanging out with each other. And they're talking about how old they are. Toomey's 28, Natalia's 25, and Kyle is 31. And Toomey's like, well, you know, 35 is a transition year. And she goes, it is. I'm like, am I in an open relationship right now? I'm like, why am I crying? Why am I laughing? Can we just all hit a refresh? Can we just all hit a refresh, guys?
Toomey's like, I agree, and Natalia says, I think we just like we step to each other, super tired, coming off these days. Like you got off of a flight and you were just like a super cold bitch to me, and I was just like a great stew who just like accidentally didn't realize that you're just a cranky ass person, and so I think that's all that just happened. You know what I'm saying?
And they let each other off the hook, which I thought was really nice. And they also let Kyle off the hook here because they could have just been like, and all of this was started by Kyle, but they let him off the hook too. And so they've agreed to start over. So good for them. That's interesting. It's shocking.
Yeah.
But go for it.
Was not expecting
know what's going to happen on this show. It's a shocking show.
True. I just really was not expecting that to happen so quickly. I figured they'd get to a good place, but not that quickly. So then, meanwhile, Haley's talking to Max, and she's like,
can I tell you something? Talk about? I'm just like really sorry. I told you to shut up.
and he goes, oh, I appreciate that. Would you like some wine? Don't pour for yourself, stupid little girl.
May I lift you like a weight? No? Okay. Let me open this door for you so you don't run into the glass.
So she goes,
I just want to get the lines on the boat, and that's like all I really wanted to do, and I need to be more patient, and like that's it.
and then I just cut to Jessica going, my tummy hurts. So then I was like, of course, triggered because I was like, oh my God, is there going to be an appendicitis storyline on this episode? I just got through it.
So Kyle's like, what are we voting for the drunkest person? Because it's Jess. All right. Jess has my vote, and Jess can't even walk. And she's like, I need to puke really bad, you guys. I won't do it until someone tells me to, though.
So then they're all back on the boat and they're heading to the jacuzzi, and then Lara and Luca are walking up the staircase, and Lara just like turns around and kisses Luca, and she goes, I love kissing people. It's just drunk fun. Kissing Luca is like kissing your brother. And I see I guess that doesn't sound right. I mean, I don't have brothers and sisters, so it's appropriate that I can say that, but incest is not what I'm going for.
So then Haley follows Jess to the bathroom, right? And Jess is like, come on, I just want to throw up alone. She's like,
do you want water? Do you want I'm sorry, but I really only know how we do it on tugboats. So hold on, I'm going to grab your arm and start pulling, okay?
oh, just stop, leave me alone.
Sorry, we just tug everything.
So then there's like more party time.
You can't spell together without tug.
So then Kyle starts flapping his ass cheeks in the hot tub and his weird flesh-colored ass. Ugh, I can't. Please. Who asked for Kyle back?
And then it's just like more party time, and Toomey and Natalia actually hug. And Toomey's like, she's like, I told Natalia we're so alike, and that's probably part of the problem. And Natalia's like, yeah, I feel so fucking stupid that we even got to that point. I can't believe it. I was like, that we got to that point. Natalia, you were the one who was losing your mind anytime Toomey opened her mouth.
Oh my gosh. So Max is like, oh, I'm so happy to work with beautiful crew like you. And, it looks like everybody's going to make up here. So then we go to Luca and Max talking, and Luke tells him, go take a shower. You smell like a cheeseburger. And he's like,
oh, you look like double cheeseburger, bro.
I somehow missed that. I'm a little sad about it. So Luca, the double cheeseburger, heads down to Natalia's room, and they're basically in the room together. Well, she goes, "You can come in here while I shower," and he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he's like, "So, what's going on? Should we go to bed?" And she goes, "Oh no." She basically is like, "No, I don't want this," and basically kicks him out. So, yeah, their on again, off again thing is very on off very quickly.
Yeah. So now it's 7 a.m, and that fucking iPhone alarm.
Yeah.
Every single time I start shaking. I'm like, no, not now, not yet.
It's traumatic. I use the for my iPhone, when I use it as an alarm, which is like every day, I use they've got like a selection of like wake up jingles. Like it's not like alarm sounds. It's like a little song that they play, and you can set it, and it used to be just in the alarm section of the clock, Because, if you're going to set your alarm, you would have alarm music in the alarm section. But because Apple is Apple, they then moved it into like health, which makes no sense. Because then if you want to set your alarm jingle, you have to be like, please integrate with health. Anyway, once you get that all set up, instead of having something that goes like, you can have a lovely jingle that fades up first quietly and gets louder and louder. And it's a much better way to use the alarm system on the alarm clock on iPhone.
Well, I just find that no matter what it is, I'm going to hate it by the end of it. So I'd rather just keep it the thing I already hate. Because if it's something like, let's say I put a song that I like, like,
I don't want to wait for my life to be over.
Like in 2 days, I'm going to be like, fuck that song. Fuck everybody.
Fuck Paula Cole.
I can hear it in karaoke and I'll be like, die.
Hey, Paula Cole, why don't you shave your armpits already?
Oh, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep it the one that I hate already.
Okay.
Where have all the cowboys gone? They ran away from you, you fucking loser. Is that Paula Cole who's saying?
Those were Paula Cole's two big songs, like "Where Have All the Cowboys Gone" and the Dawson Creek song.
Yeah, they went to the deodorant store. Hopefully they'll be back soon. You fucking weirdo.
I don't want to wait for us. Gosh, could you imagine making that your alarm song? Like that's the song you listen to every time to wake up.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? Like get out of bed. You don't want to wait for your life to be over. Like live, take the day. Now's the time.
But it sounds like she's waiting for you to wake up so that way she can continue her life. She's like, ugh, I want to do so much today, but Ben is still sleeping. I don't want to wait for my life to be over.
Yeah. Oh, Paula, we miss you. So
miss you. Come
Jessica thinks she has a throat infection in the morning. Jessica, you were shit-faced, and I'm sorry you don't get to call in sick when you're wasted. How many times have we learned that on this show? And Jessica's always bragging about like how she loves working and not being, and she loves being bossed around. I'm surprised that she's going to pull this throat infection bullshit.
Yeah. So then Natalia goes up to Kyle and is like, hey, let's clean the rooms downstairs. That way we can talk shit together. We can like gossip. And Kyle tells us, although I love a good tea, honey, I'm glad Natalia and Toomey made up about the text message. I'm just not happy with Natalia informing Sandy and using my name like that. Like me revealing Toomey's message to Natalia was an act of friendship and not for Natalia to weaponize against other people. And there's only room for one gossip on the boat right now, and that's me. I am the tea queen, self-proclaimed.
Oh, God.
Kyle trying to make himself a victim in all this is ridiculous. No one, he didn't even get shit. He should have gotten shit. He did not even get shit for all the shit that he started. And yet he's still playing the victim card as if he did get all that shit.
Weaponizing somebody against you. You are being weaponized against me by this network. And I want to know what I've ever done to this network. Okay. I love this network. Why are you assaulting me with Kyle? Why?
He's very toxic. So now we see Max is lying around. This is like an ongoing thing with him, and everyone else is cleaning. And then Max has he then starts cleaning out like a hot tub, and then he has the bucket that all the gunk got into, and he's gonna pour it over the side of the boat. But Luca's like, no, don't do that because it's gonna splash on the side of the boat, and we have to clean it. And Max is like, bro, I don't put this on the boat. I'm not stupid. I'm washing the boat. I put it on the deck just like this. I pour it on the deck. They're like, no, Max, no, don't pour it on the deck. I put it on my head. No, Max, no, don't put it anywhere. Just put it in the toilet. I put it on Captain Sandy.
And then he pours it over the side after they just told him not to do it.
He pours it over the side.
What the hell with this guy? And he's like, oh, it is on the boat. I put it on the boat. And Laura's just like, what the hell with this guy? The bosun just tells him not to do it. This fucking guy is a bit of a jack off. So Max is like, I said only 1 minute is finished. It's finished. That's it. And Luke's like, no, that's not what you do. And he's like, oh, copy. Too late for your copy.
Time for a preference sheet meeting. Hey everyone. Okay, we got all the team leaders here. So, okay, this is something I know all the viewers are going to get excited about. Does anyone know the name Roy Orbison? I'm like, oh no, not Roy Orbison's son again.
Fucking guy again. My God. This guy goes on to every Bravo celebrity post on Instagram and just posts stars. Happy face, fishing for follows on every single Bravo post. Congratulations, your dad was rich. Please leave me alone.
He literally looks like a saguaro cactus wearing the Tales from the Crypt hair.
He looks like he's part of that pirate show. What's the gay pirate show that's supposed to be really good? I just saw an ad for it the other day, and I was like, that actually does look really good. Actually,
One
that's
Piece?
making me like him. No, that's not. I don't think that's a gay pirate show.
I don't know. I thought there was I saw a pirate ship on it, so that was the close. I didn't even know there was a gay pirate show. That's exciting.
You didn't? It's on HBO Max. Hold on. Now hold on. I have to look it up. Our Flag Means Death is what it's called.
Oh, I've heard of that show. I didn't know it was about gay pirates.
I mean, that's what I've heard. I haven't watched it yet, but it's like hot pink. The logo is like hot pink and in pirate font. Our flag means death.
Oh, exciting.
Hot. Okay. So anyway, he looks like a cast member of that, which makes me actually really like him, and I'm confusing myself. So let's just move on.
So, Sandy's like, has anyone here heard of Roy Orbison?
By the way, no, nobody has, because she's like, pretty woman. And Jack goes, is it him? No, it's not him. Jesus Christ.
We're getting a hologram of Roy Orbison that we're just going to project and just aim at different parts of the yacht. And occasionally we're going to have Kyle stand behind the corner and pretend to bark out orders like Roy Orbison.
Tell me this much. How did he get along with MJ?
Did he like Wacko Jacko? That's what they call me. Pretty woman walking down the street. Anyone heard that song? No? Okay.
So then we see clips of this guy being like a total jackass and his friends hating his guts on his previous term.
Oh, so funny. Do you mean jackass like Jackass Forever, which gets like so much screen time on this episode that I was convinced that it must be coming out on Peacock, but I think it came out like a year ago on Paramount. So I don't even understand the cross promotion here. But she says, so Roy's gonna be on with his wife Asa or some sort of Scandinavian thing, and their sons and a new baby. And there's also Aaron, aka Danger, because when you see someone named Aaron, you think Danger, and he's best known as one of the crew members of the show Jackass. So if you want to hear about exploding testicles, get ready. He's coming on board to tell you about it.
Wow. So a guy from Jackass, a thirsty-ass Roy Orbison's son. No, Roy Orbison's thirsty-ass son. I guess I should rephrase that. And a high chair and a bassinet and vegetarian. Good times. Good luck, everybody. Good luck.
Jack is like, oh, I love the show Jackass. It's like a bit weird seeing Aaron's face when all I've done growing up is seeing his balls get stapled on TV. I'm like, please tell me you're not incorporating that into any of your cooking.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So Jess is still in bed, and she's a mess because she's drunk. And so Jack and Toomey are talking, and Jack's like, well, we're going to have a better time today, aren't we? And she's like, I didn't even know how you worked last time, so yes, it'll be better. And he says, yeah, we didn't know each other very good, but now we do, don't we? Well, we've been to Hallenbach. The more we talk to each other, the better, Toomey.
And she's like, well, I'm not Numi, I'm Toomey. Still don't have a way around that one. So Toomey's just happy that Jack's giving her a chance because it's the conversation that she had wanted before, but she didn't get it. So then Luca meanwhile decides that he wants to appoint Lara as his lead deckhand. This is that thing that Below Deck does where we're supposed to care about like a ceremonial title being bestowed upon a decky that really has no official basis for anything. It just means that someone can yell at someone a little bit more and be justified in it, but basically is no different than what they were before. So we have to go through the whole who's going to be lead deckhand, and in this case, Luca wants to make Lara a lead deckhand because she seems actually like a very kick-ass decky.
Yeah. So then Natalia is made the kid coordinator because she used to do that on other yachts. And Toomey's like, okay, great, go for it. I've never had anybody beg me to babysit, but go for it. So she's like, I just want to maintain the peace and the love.
Yeah. Kids are my thing. I miss my niece so much. I can't wait to hold a baby. Unfortunately, I haven't held one in several years, ever since I kicked a Bunsen burner at a little infant.
So then So then Jessica goes to the captain, and she's like, "How are you doing, Jessica?" She's like, "I feel like shit." "Oh gosh, were you vomiting?" "Yeah, for sure. But my throat is so sore. I need to see a doctor." "Oh my gosh, you vomit again. I want to see. You in pain? I don't want
I'm
you
just
to be
take a
in
step
pain."
back. Let me take a step back. A little close to your germs right now. Okay,
Yeah.
now you can vomit.
Unless you need a hug. Do you need a hug? I will get vomited on to give you a hug. Have you tried napping? Have you tried hugging yourself while you're taking a nap?
So listen, there's no doctor today. Doctors don't work in Italy on Sundays or Mondays or Tuesdays or Wednesdays or Thursdays or Fridays. So if you feel like you need to go to the emergency room, they don't have those here either. But there's a really good pizzeria in town. I can give you directions to that. You want to go there? That's also where the doctor works. It'll work out.
No doctors on Sunday. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to arrange a visit for you with penne pasta.
Hey, no doctors are working in Italy today, but we did get you a factory tour of Mama Celeste's Pizza. So that should make you feel better, huh?
So she is sent away in a car service, and Carl's like, "Oh, here we are. It's just us, right? 3 power queens."
Yeah, and now it's time for provisions. So the provisions are coming in, and so while provisions are coming in, Max is on the passerelle, which is the little platform that you walk on to get from the dock onto the boat, and he's like doing pull-ups or something, or on the railing.
Mm-hmm.
And Luca's like, "Don't do that because if you bend the railing, we're not going to be able to fix it." And I'm just like, I cannot stand people like Max who are like constantly doing like they're always doing weird activity on the side because they can't just stand still. And like, I don't mind if people don't like just being still, but I don't like when people then the way they handle it is by doing strange pull-ups and push-ups in random corners of the space.
You just pissed off a lot of ADHD people, Ben, and they are all about to write you a letter. Wait, they forgot. So you're safe. Just kidding, everybody.
Just kidding. But honestly, don't do that shit around me. Like, I don't need you. Why do you have to do a pull-up off of every single random surface? Because people do that all the time. They find there's like some protrusion from the wall, and next thing you know, they're trying to do some sort of weird tricep thing.
Look at me, I work out.
I can't stand it. I can't stand ADHD, like an ADHD, not ADHD, but I can't stand someone who it sounded like I was about to go in on ADHD people. I wasn't. I can't stand restless
Restless leg syndrome. I'll tell you that. That's something that needs to be addressed.
Now, restless leg syndrome. Let me tell you something. Okay.
So Luca goes to the captain, and he's like, "I'm giving Laura the lead." And she goes, "Whoa, what good news, huh? Wow, look at that. Luca's thinking as a leader. I love that he's got that mentality. Wow, she's going to do great. Okay, go ahead, do it. I want to hear it. So he calls Laura to the sun deck, and she's like, "Am I in trouble?" And he's like, "I think so." "Just kidding. You've been smashing it, so you're becoming the lead deckhand. Now please tell Max off for me. I don't want him to strangle me in my sleep."
And she's like, "You're joking. No, are you serious?" Oh, whoa. I'm really taken aback. That's always been my dream. I even have a goal board on it and says, I want to be lead deckhand. And I also want to do nasty, nasty things to Natalia. 1 out of 2 isn't bad. You know, I've lived a very rocky life. I'm a fucking crazy horse. But something kicked in me as soon as I started yachting. And I can't believe my dreams are literally coming true. Ah!
So now it's announced at a little meeting before the charter starts or whatever, and everyone claps for Laura, which is nice. And then
hey Laura, but now that you're new lead deckhand and we're all proud of you, one question: do you want to vomit? Have you been vomiting? No? Okay.
Okay, Laura, what is the one thing that we see on this boat? Blank, not drugs. Hugs. It's hugs. Hugs. Good job. You're double lead deckhand. Good job.
Also, when this is announced and everyone's like, "Oh, congratulations!" Of course, Kyle is one who goes, "What? Congratulations! Well deserved, honey." He always has he's that person who always has to have like the loudest congratulations in those moments. It's sort of like a, "Hey, look, I'm giving note me supporting you right now." Like there's just something very ostentatious about everything he does.
That's your Kyle. So they see the guest coming up the dock, and it's Roy Orbison Jr. And he's like, "You know what? I don't have any music, but I can hear it in my head." Okay. So they see the kids, and they're so cute, the kids. And Natalia's like, "Oh my God, I'm literally wanting a baby right now."
Yeah. Well,
and Laura's like, "I can't think of anything worse."
I was like, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. You want a baby? Here's Max. So there's the boat tour and everything. The kids are like jumping on the beds and everything. And Laura tells Max to do something. Max is like, when Laura is promoted lead deckhand, I'm like fucking like crisp, like ugh, like my ego is like, how are you going to let this happen? Like I'm scared. Like we're just going to create like the Frankenstein, and like she's going to be a monster and like like power. And I just hope she's still like a good person inside. I'm like, what the? You expect? He's basically implying that it should be him, like that he somehow deserves it. Like, there's no reason why. Like, Laura's been a kick-ass Decky, one of the best we've seen, and he's like, oh no, like, hope she's not a monster. I was like, you chauvinist asshole.
So then the kids come to the bridge, and they hug Captain Sandy. And she's like, "Oh gosh, we just got the pilot on board. Hold on, wait, you can hear it. It sounds like Mario jumping on a square with a question mark in the middle. Hold on." "Hello, Captain." Oh, told ya.
It's me, a pilot. Hold on. Okay, everyone watch your feet. The pilot is driving his cart down the deck. Okay. Oh, can someone clean up that banana peel? It's going to give a real problem to that pilot.
"Oh, God, just got oil squirted on my face. Oh, I can't see. We're going to crash the boat." "What? I can see again." "Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee."
Oh my God, I thought it was a sunny day, but look, suddenly there's a rain cloud. And oh my God, we're so small. This is a disaster. We have to fix this right away. Oh, good. We're normal size again.
How come sometimes that cloud is so nice to me and other times it's throwing turtle shells on my head?
Someone needs to speak to that cloud. We actually wanted to put the jet skis in the water and it keeps fishing them out and putting them back on the boat.
So then, wow, that cloud is like basically put here for Captain Jason. Am I right? So then Luca is talking to Max, and he's like, "Okay, we're doing the lines one at a time." And I just keep waiting. I just feel like they keep setting Max up to crash the boat, but it's fine. Everything works out fine.
Yes.
For now. So then Natalia takes the kids, and she's calling Kyle to play hide and seek with the kids. And Kyle's like, "Oh, I saw you." And Natalia's like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you're here because our next game is a role play. Okay, I'm going to ask Kyle what kind of relationship he wants." "Kyle, I don't know the answer to that." "Closed. He wants a closed relationship." All right, kids.
So Toomey thanks Natalia for watching the kids, and then Toomey's like, I'm so thankful because it was the first job I had in the States. These kids, I was an au pair, and these kids locked me in the garage, threw an iPad at my face while I was driving, and they were screaming at me and telling me to go back to Africa. Ha 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 ha. And I was like, oh my, this sounds not right. And then she goes, "But it was an African American house." And I told them, "Please take the African out of African American because this is not how we act. This is why when I see other people's kids, I'm like, don't you dare. Ha 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 ha." I'm like,
Toomey has been like traumatized.
I'm like, I'm gonna step back. Like, I'm just gonna go back to making fun of Max and his ways.
This is crazy. Well, it also, I mean, she's gone through a lot. It can also explain how she can deal with Natalia so easily, because I would have cried a long time ago. But she's like, let me tell you this other story about getting an iPad to the face. Okay, those little fuckers.
know.
So now they're dropping the anchor, and Luca is like, after the map, whatever. Max is gonna have to do jet skis. What the fuck? And she goes, "And the slide," and he goes, "Oh, and the slide." "Yes, Max." It's called being at your fucking job, dude.
Yeah. So then he's like, there's like some cord is dangling. So Max just hanging from it. He's like stretching or something like that. And Luca's like, what are you doing, bro? Don't do that. He's literally like a child, like a child you have to constantly, scold. Or not scold, but like the kid who's just always up to something, like get the squirt gun out, So then now Luca's having Max inflate the slide, like you were saying. He's like, oh, by myself, I see you're working too much. And Luca's like, stop talking. Just please stop talking. Just work.
So now the anchor's dropping, and Max is doing handstands and wooing and hanging from the lift and, doing his Max thing. And he's like, I could never hold a job when I was younger because there was no one to tell me, yeah, do this, do that. Because my parents have been like, take care of yourself. Don't bring the cops. So there was no limit. I have to wait for society to tell me, okay, too much. I was like, that's called prison. That's called the prison system. You're gonna fall off there and kick somebody in the head and be taken away. Okay. I've seen this documentary before on the Detective ID channel.
What part of being fired from like 5 jobs is society not telling you what to do? Like that is society saying this doesn't work. You are fired. That is the limit. Don't act like you're not receiving the feedback. You have received very solid feedback. Also, hilarious that he was saying how his parents, as a child, his parents were like, listen, just do whatever you want. Just don't get involved with the cops. Like, don't break the law. And as he's saying this, like, don't break the law, they're showing photos of him when he's like 4 years old. I'm just like, imagining like this like 4-year-old like about to become a felon, but like decides maybe I won't be. This is the picture you show him on like a big wheel. Yeah. Just don't get the cops involved.
The life of crime. Don't call the cops. He's like,
he's like, Mommy, can I have some more ice cream? Whatever, just don't tell the cops.
So now we go to the water boy. It's a long. What's wrong with me? It's a water toys segment. So they're putting it out, and Luke's like, "Okay, Haley, you can chill out for a bit." And Mac's like, "Okay, bro, I need a break, And he goes, "Yeah, I know when your break is, but we're fucking busy. So listen, Haley's down at the moment, and we can't both go." And Laura just says, "You can't always get your breaks when you need it, okay, Max?"
And he's like. He's like, Luca's basically like, yeah, you're like, you can't just, there could be some days where you just don't get a break and like, you just need to put in the work. But like, like you'll get your breaks where you can. And Mike's like December. Mm-hmm. Also, a small moment that I really enjoyed was Roy Orbison walking to the jet ski and he like trips and he goes, mercy, mercy, mercy. And I was just like, wow. I love trying to follow in your father's rock and roll footsteps by tripping and going, mercy, mercy, mercy. You're so mercy rock and roll.
Me. Mercy, mercy, me. Write that one down, Asa. She's like, still your father's song, stupid.
He like, this guy's like, he's got long hair. He's brought on his friend from Jackass. Like, yeah, rock and roll. Mercy, mercy, mercy. I almost lost my step there. Okay, we're okay.
So work, decorating the table, deflating toys, making some kind of soda for the non-alcoholic drink for the night. So Natalia's asking when Kyle's coming back, and Timmy's like, he should be back now. I'll check on him because I think he's sleeping. And we think Kyle's going to be late and start fucking up. But no, he's fine. He's coming.
Well, he still is late, but he doesn't get into trouble for it. But I think they're setting up the fact, I think they're starting to plant the seeds that Kyle is lazy. Which he is, because in the previews for next week...
we've already seen the trees. You know what I mean?
Messy. So now Sandy comes and sits at the table, and she's like, okay, welcome to Sandy's TED Talk. I like to call it a sand talk, but, I guess there's rights, etc. So, hey, person over there who looks about 20 years past his prime, I want to know, what's it like being a stunt person in a movie?
And he's like, oh, I prepare to die 6 months before we film every film. She's like, whoa, wow. So have you ever done a cruise with Saddam Hussein? They got attacked by pirates, rather. Not gay ones either.
So
real mean ones.
So you prepare. So 6 months before you start filming a movie, you start preparing that you might die. Oh, I just got a text message. It's from Norma, and Norma says, that's funny. That's the sort of preparation I tell any crew member when they go onto your boat. Huh. Don't think I appreciate that much, Norma.
Bloop. Wow, Norma. Glad you're prepared to die. You might as well be dead the amount you're working. Bloop.
Yeah, well, I've aged about 45 years trying to find someone semi-competent that you won't fire right away for your stupid boat. Bloop.
Bloop. Love you. Love to keep talking, but I'm having dinner with Roy Orbison's loser son, who keeps trying to make random phrases into the new Pretty Woman, and some washed-up stuntman. Gotta go. Love ya. Bloop.
That's okay. I have a romantic date with Cristiano Ronaldo tonight, so suck on that, Sandy. Bloop.
Hey, how about you get a date with Christiana Do Your Jobbo? Okay, that would be fun. Gotta go. Bloop.
Bloop. Hey, I'd put you in the penalty box for that, but you're too dumb to even know how to get into the stadium. Bloop, not my best work. Bloop.
Not answering that. I'm busy. Okay, so Jack's like, for dinner, the guests have requested five-star dining for kids. I don't know how I'm supposed to attack that. I got so scared, I just went, I'm a zombie now. Oh, I'm a zombie now.
I don't remember any Happy Meal with octopus in it, or a dinosaur-shaped foie gras. No, I'm just going to make noodles or something fancy for the parents.
Now, I would love to take Jack seriously. I think Jack seems like such a nice person, and I don't think anybody said his food is gross, except for the vegan, which, okay. But I will say he's burning the fuck out of those scallops. Did you see those things? What are you trying to make?
I did not. I did not, because I was trying to imagine dinosaur-shaped foie gras, and I'm kind of into it.
No, I've had a dinosaur-shaped foie gras.
Have you ever seen foie gras in slacks?
I had never seen foie gras with short pants I was jealous of before that.
Oh, God. I remember going to Palm Springs and watching some foie gras out there on the golf course. Did some great work, that dinosaur foie gras.
Gravel, Dana. Gravel. So those scallops look like pencil erasers in a fire. That's what they look like. Shame on you. Work on those. Okay, so let's see. Kyle and Natalia are cleaning, and Natalia's talking about how they're, we're down a person, but you'd never know it because we're a bit of a dream team. And then Jack is plating a pretty big non-5-star looking plate. God, I hate criticizing Jack because he seems so nice, but are we at the soup plantation? Is this the Golden Corral? Did they plate this?
What was it that he was making? Because I honestly was not paying attention to his food at this point. I really don't remember it.
He made a homemade truffle gnocchi, and then he put Wagyu beef for the beef eaters on top of it.
We just got, I don't know, did you see this thing? We got so we get lots of press releases here at Watch for Crappens, and we got the strangest press release like over the weekend. And the press release was, new data shows the pasta names you've been saying wrong. And number one, because I guess World Pasta Day is coming up on Wednesday, everyone.
October 25th. Who knew? Wow.
So let me tell you something. The number one mispronounced pasta name is gnocchi, with a huge 153,000 people searching for pronunciation guidance on Google each year. Now, of course, this doesn't actually say how to properly pronounce gnocchi.
It does. It says gnocchi. See, there's like a chart with the pronunciations down there.
Oh, this is amazing. This chart is the best thing I've ever seen.
This is kind of amazing, actually.
Gnocchi.
I was like, who the hell is sending us? This is the best thing I've ever seen.
This is why PR works. Okay, gnocchi, which translates, by the way, to a knot in wood, also known as Norma's vag.
Also, or if we're talking about Norma, a knot in could. Okay.
A knot in would not want to touch that.
But here's where they lose me, because the rest of this list is pure shit. Spaghetti it says pronunciations. Spaghetti. Yeah. Who's pronouncing spaghetti wrong?
Giada De Laurentiis. She's like, spaghetti. This was an anti-Giada. This was Giada's old assistant who was like, I'm making a press release because fuck her.
So penne, I say penne, but this says penne.
Penne.
And vermicelli is vermicelli. You guys, everybody pronounces these right. Tagliatelle is tagliatelle. What?
No.
Tagliatella. Actually.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this?
Tagliatelle.
Pappardelle. Okay, this is actually a good one. People say this in two different ways. Pappardelle versus pappardelli. And it is pappardelle. Pappardelle.
Yeah, pappardelle, batch.
Pappardelle, bitch. What do you call it when you're having sex with daddy and waiting for him to come? Pappardelle, bitch.
This is a good one at number 7. I would say that this would be at least number 2 above spaghetti. Lasagna, which means cooking pot, which is weird. This says lasagne. You guys, I think we're trying to put too much of a positive spin on pasta these days.
What do you call what do you call an anchor lady who's happy? Palasagne. Oh, here's one, farfalla. So I always say farfalla, but it's farfalle. So you just have to, is this just the West Hollywood version of saying pasta?
This is just some gay shit.
Farfalle.
Yeah, this is just some gay shit. They're like, oh my God, it's lasagna, farfalle. I'm getting farfalle tonight, bitch.
Wait, number 9, I actually often never know how to say. I always say orecchiette. So it's at little ears. It's my favorite pasta. It says
orecchiette.
Orecchiette. Oh, I'm sorry. Orecchiette.
I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Okay, let's go back to the recap.
Great work. Thank you for sending us this press release to support. I don't know what it's even promoting, but
it's literally the first press release I've read in months. So good job.
Good job. Preply. I might as well give them a shout out. Preply for whatever you're doing.
Okay, so the guests are eating with Captain Sandy, and she's right past her, being on the boat with Saddam Hussein as spaceships were trying to take them up into space, and the captain was holding them down with one rope, saying, "No, you will not take my boat."
You shall not pass.
And then out right behind them, the tender is being brought up, or the jet skis are being brought up, and it's making all these noise, and it's really windy out there. So the boats, the toy is being blown around, and the captain's like, "Oh no, dun dun dun!"
But at the same time, she's trying to be cool at first. So the kid's telling a joke, and the kid's like, "Knock knock," and she's like, "Who's there?" Achoo! Uh-oh, hold on. Let me take a step back. Don't want to infect the crew. Okay, so your joke. Okay, who's there? Keep going, kid. Who's there? Achoo! Oh, I see. Okay, achoo who? And then the kid goes, a choo-choo train. And she goes, I love that. Wow. That was great.
You've got about as much chance as a comic as your father has at being the next Roy Orbison Sr., am I right? Okay, that was fun. Hey, could someone ask the chef to bring up a nice heaping of talent? That's necessary here. It's needed.
Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. If I have to listen to any more of those jokes. No offense, kid. So, Sandy's like, hey, Tombster, get over here. Okay. Hey, tell the chef the flavors were incredible. Thanks so much. Okay, go ahead now. Okay, good job.
So she does. She goes to the chef. She's like, double high five, am I right? So he's excited. And he's like, I've been quite nasty to me because of what Natalia's told me and the things that have gone on. But I think we make a good team now that I think.
Zombified. So now the deck crew has gone from bringing up jet skis now to bringing the tender. This tender is like swinging all around. It's so wavy, so windy. Everything's like there's hooks going down. A hook almost like crashes into a guest who's watching, and it's like a lot of drama. And the tender's like swiveling around, and Max is in the way, and Laura's basically saying like, "Whoa, like that tender's big, and if it hits you, you die." It's like the standard like deckhand drama thing where they're like, "If no one chamois that railing, you die." Like, you could die. We all die if no one chamois that railing.
And the captain tells him, she's like, Luca, you got to be careful. You can't do that while the guests are trying to eat. And he's like, sorry. She's like, yeah, that's where the chief officer comes in. Just not thinking about the guest experience. Now, I'm going to go back up there and finish my Osama bin Laden cruise musical that I was in the middle of talking about.
Hey, Luca. Hey, knock, knock. Who's there? Achoo. Achoo who? Achoo, choose not you, says everyone to Norma. Sorry, so good. It says my adaptation of the joke.
So later, Toomey is offering the guys drinks inside. They've moved to the inside. And she's like, these guests, I'm really surprised they're just not demanding at all. I want them to be more demanding. It's a guy from Jackass. Where's the chaos? Where's my chaos? So one of them's like, I'll take a virgin pina colada. And Kyle's like, oh, we'll make that with all natural ingredients. We went and got the coconuts all the way from shore and everything.
They're like, no, you didn't. He's like, ho, 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 ho. Toomey's like, here, I'm just gonna hand you guys this iPad, and I'll just kneel down if you want to throw it at me. I need the rush of terrible guests right now.
She's like, I love chaos just like my man. I like them to be chaotic. That's why I go for delinquents. I'm trying to fix them. I'm chaotic. I was like, well, Max is down there doing a pull-up off of a fucking jet ski, so found you one.
Explains why she was the only one who was nice to Ryan, or who seemed to care about Ryan on Down Under. So now Luca meets with Max and tells him to start at 8 a.m. And Max is like, this is my deal. I give you efficiency. I finish the things. And yeah, I could be on standby and relax a bit more. But because if something happens, I'm ready. But daddy is ready, But if I'm tired, I want more breaks because I'm working more hours.
So then Luca and Natalia, he's shirtless, and she's like, let me touch that nipple, eh? And he's like, no sneaking in after the shower, eh? And then she gets a call. Is it a call or a text or something? And she's like, hi, babe.
Is it from Matt Alvarez?
Jay Alvarez.
Jay Alvarez. Matt's Jay Alvarez's ugly brother.
She's like, hi, babe. I thought you were in bed. Where are a bunch of people? Where are there girls there? There girls? I hear girls there. What are there, 5 girls there? Don't even worry about calling me back, babe.
Yesterday, my boyfriend said to me, I don't want to influence your night off. Do you do what you need to do? I would just hope that it doesn't hurt me. You really mean the word to me. So what the fuck? He's texting me like, I love you, but probably dipping the doodle with freaking 5 bitches at once. It's like he's at 5 guys getting burgers, except it's 5 girls getting booty.
So then the next day, let's see. Luca is frustrated with Max because Laura told him to get up, or someone told him yesterday to get his ass to work at 8. Luca did.
Yeah, Luca did.
And then it's 8:30. And he's like, what the hell? I gave this guy plenty of sleep and I don't want to go off. But when I get mad, he's one of those, he's like, I don't get mad often, but when I get mad, watch out. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Do you?
When I get mad, watch out, because I smile really big.
Yeah.
So
I really pierce your soul with my smile.
Watch out, because this monarch butterfly chest is going to come at you. So Max doesn't get to deck until 8:45. He's 45 minutes late. That's terrible. And he's just a fucker. So and then once he gets there, he's goofing off. He's like, I think he's like humming My Hips Don't Lie. Not my hips, but Hips Don't Lie. Like you're humming Shakira in the corner and not doing your work. You're totally worthless. And then we hear from Jess that she's okay. So she'll be back for the next charter, in case anyone was concerned about her sore throat / hangover.
So then Laura and Max are on deck, and she's like, all right, make a bowl in there. And he goes, I know. I hope it's okay. And she's like, well, me too, brother. Like, if it's not, it's on you then. And he won't listen to anything, and you can't really trust that Max knows what he's doing because he hasn't fucked up that majorly yet, but just his whole attitude is that of somebody who does not know what they're doing, right?
Yeah. He's like, Lara, I'm new. So if you have something to tell me for the first time, like you speak it nicely with a violin, like you don't play fire speaking with dynamite, because if it explodes, it's dangerous. So he's doing the whole thing of like, oh, you have to be nice to me when you give me orders. I hate this whole bullshit thing. Like, no one ever told me what the limits are. No one told me what the right thing is. Oh my God, like I would work better, but you're so mean to me when you make orders. Okay, shut up.
Yeah, truly. So Laura's like, okay, you will need to. I don't know. I don't care about this. I'm gonna skip forward. Is that okay? Okay. So Max tells Laura, so how many years of yachting you got? She's like 3.5. Why? And now she's getting pissed at him. She's like, don't ask me how much experience I have. You say you know shit, but you don't. And he's like, okay, come on, bro. It was okay last time. My rope was okay. Why are you telling me? And she's like, no, it wasn't. The communication was wrong last time. And he's like, the communication was wrong. This I know, because you're the communicator, huh?
Sandy's like, is he okay? Gosh. And Laura's like mortified that this is happening from the captain, but she's still going. She's like, your attitude stinks, quite frankly. And so then Luca is telling Laura to haul on the anchor. Because, by the way, in the middle of this, Sandy has gone up to Luca and said, hey, Luca, you want to take the boat out of anchorage? You want to sit on mommy's lap and we'll drive the car? I know you're only 4, but we can pretend you're 16. It'll be fun. Come on.
So they start doing the anchor, and Max is like, oh, bro, just what the fuck? I want to tell you I can already do these things, bro, and you are looking after my nuts? And she's like, I don't give a shit, bro. Let's just do anchoring. So she's like, wow, see how the swell is lifting us? Wow. You know, that's what I need you guys to do with each other. I need you to be like the ocean. Lift each other up, okay?
Unless you're Norma, nothing can really lift her up. So Laura's like, I'm just going to make sure you know what you're doing, okay? And Max is like, she's moving the boat. And she's like, what side? Because at this point now, Max is like lying down, his head is through a hole where he's supposed to be looking out at the side of the boat. He's supposed to be doing something, and he's not being clear. It's not really clear what he's doing. I personally am still waiting for that rope that he tied earlier to like snap and cause chaos, but it has not snapped. And now his head is sticking out. So I'm like, okay, he's going to get like his head lopped off by some passing thing. I don't know. Like, it feels like something's about to go wrong, but I can't really quite tell what's going to go wrong.
Well, he's going, she's moving. And the captain's like, what are they saying? Are they arguing? And Luke's like, can you relay what he's saying? And Laura just goes, communication sucks. They're like, whoa, hey. Guys, communication needs to be clear. It's a safety issue. Stop arguing.
And that was actually the end of the episode.
That was it.
Stop arguing.
You better stop, drop, collaborate, and listen. Okay. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Another unhinged episode of Below Deck. We will be back next week with this, and this week with a ton of new stuff. The new Winter House with Below Deck cast members premieres this week, so be back for that. We're going to cover the first one. We will talk to you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Stroll in the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas.
She's never scary. It's the Green Fairy.
Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurth.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying. It's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg. Ruru LaRue.
The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly. It's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. We want to hang with Liz Lang. The incredible edible Matthews sisters. Nancy Cease and Desisto.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She's quite the catch. It's Victoria Cotchett.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at